What's going on, family? Coach Cal from Good Sport here, and today we're briefly going to discuss the rear foot elevated split squat, or also known as the Bulgarian split squat. Just some do's and don'ts, all right? One of the most common mistakes that I do see when it comes to the rear foot elevated split squat is that front foot is way too far out in front, okay? The purpose of this exercise is to really focus on the quads and the glutes, and it's hard for me to get that full range of motion or target the right muscles when essentially I'm in too wide of a position, and all this really is a hip flexor stretch, okay? So that's number one. Number two is a lot of time people just aren't getting the full range of motion. So if you're doing like a pulse set, maybe towards the end of like your initial Bulgarian split squats, that's one thing. But if you're just doing these as your reps all the time, you're not gonna get that development within the quads and the glutes that you really want. So the first thing you wanna do is make sure that the back toe is positioned on the bench. Sometimes you'll see the shin fully on the bench, and also that's gonna limit your range of motion, and the shit's just gonna hurt, and you don't want that. Okay, so I want my toe to be here. I want my knee to be stacked over my front ankle, okay? Now, if I'm looking to get more quad dominant, then I'm gonna keep my chest nice and tall, and I'm just gonna allow my knee to push straight forward, okay? Notice that the heel is not coming off the ground. I'm getting a lot of tension in my feet, all right? Usually I'll also do this without shoes on, so I'm able to utilize my big toe and the rest of my feet to really drive and have that power, okay? Now, if you wanna do a little bit more glute dominant, all right? Shout out to the ladies. So I'm gonna take my hips, I'm gonna push my butt back. So now I'm no longer worried about my knee driving as far as it can. Now, my chest is here. I'm just focusing on keeping that knee about right where it is, lowering my back leg as far as I can. Boom. Now, if you really want to feel that glute, you're just going to get to about 90%. Leave about 10% of that lockout, and then you're going to get right back down. All right? And that's where you're going to really create and find that stimulus right in that glute. Okay? So two things. Make sure that your stance is tight, stacked, and make sure that you don't have your shin lying on the bench, just your toe, and that split squat's going to look all right.